back. You are listening to TurboCharge Your Business on the number one global business talk and news network on the internet, IBGR, International Business Growth Radio. I'm Patty Lawrence, and this is episode 46, Financial Intelligence, Owning Your Numbers. Be sure to go to our website at ibgr.network and download the show notes. So, what do I mean by owning your numbers? Well, first of all, let's just do a little recap of financial intelligence. So, we talked about understanding the foundation. Foundational elements are your reports, your basic reports, the big three: income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, and understanding the difference between cash and profit. Big, big, big. Then understanding that finance and accounting is art as well as science, right? Those are big, big contributors. And you have to understand that you know, there's some aspects that aren't black and white, right? There's some that's in the middle, in the gray zone. And especially when it's estimates and assumptions and things like that go into play there. And the more you understand about your business, the better you are at that. And then there's the analysis piece. So what we want to make sure is that we have that element inside our businesses because it lends itself to better decision making, right? Insightful decisions. And then we have to understand the big picture. So those four things obviously make up our financial intelligence. But then what does owning your numbers mean and how does that fit in? So to me, owning your numbers means that your transactions are entered into your system, your accounting or ERP system, whatever you're using, by your team in real time. That means that, I should say, it doesn't mean that you take a shoebox and give it to your outside accountant and they update your QuickBooks. Because why? Because there's no benefit to that. You are not getting anything in real time. You don't have your basic reports available to you in a timely fashion. There's no visibility to where you're performing because of those numbers not being timely and timely returned to you. And you really don't own your numbers because you can't see them. You can't see them as frequently as you need to be able to make decisions in your business. So remember, the foundational elements require you to have those big three reports. And in order to have those big three reports, your P&L, your balance sheet, your cash flow statement, be generated from your accounting or ERP software system, you need to have those transactions going in on a daily basis. So you either need to make sure that if you're going to outsource it, which is okay, there's no reason you can't, make sure that it's being done in a timely fashion. Or if you have someone internally do it, make sure that, of course, it's being done on a timely basis. It's not being done just once a week because that's not good enough. That's not good enough for you as the business owner to get the insight that you're going to need to take your business forward. Not good enough. So, one of the things when you own your numbers is that your company's financial status is available to you on demand, right? At any time. Versus if you just have your outside accountant, your tax preparer, whoever that is, do it once a month, that is not on demand. That is not being able to understand where you are, where your business is, where your spending is, where are your sales, where's your revenue, where's your cash, right? Where are your commitments? Where do you sit with your liabilities, your accounts payable, who you owe money to? Do you know at any point in time what your accounts receivable balance is? Who owes you money and who's past due? How is that? How do you have the ability to manage any of that if it's not being done on a time in a timely fashion? There's no way. There is no way you can manage that. No way you have any insight into it. How much money do you have tied up in your business in your accounts receivable? You don't know that. So I advocate all the time, and it doesn't matter if you decide you're going to outsource it because you don't have enough of that activity to warrant having someone in the company, or you just need a next level of expertise to make sure that it's being done right and not just being slapped in there. We can't just, force things in there because garbage in, garbage out. So if your transactions are going in improperly or incorrectly, what happens to your reports? Your reports are pretty much useless. They're not they're not you're not able to make any decisions from that particular report. So your income statement, your balance sheet, your cash flow statement, because they're inconsistent or they're just downright wrong. And so if you're going to want to you're going to want help in that area, outsource it. If you can't find somebody to bring in to do it internally, to hire onto your staff, there are tons of people out there that can help you, including turbo execs, by the way. That's what we do. That's what we do best. So and we help people up level their entire accounting function by doing it external to the company. So you get that report that actually tells you something and you can make a decision on it. So that's number one. Your company's financial status is available to you on demand. And then, you know, do you outsource it or do you do it yourself? So that's a big dilemma for a lot of companies. And like I just explained, there are a lot of companies out there that can help you with that. Just make sure you get the right um, expertise, because not everybody, it's not all the same, right? And why I say that is because outside accounting firms like to do that kind of work, but they're only doing it because they get a benefit when they do your tax return. So everything's in a tax, the right tax bucket. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's in the right bucket for you, the owner, to manage. So where I come from is looking at, you know, we support owners because owners are making decisions 365 days a year, whereas your tax return is a once a year thing. So what I make sure is that operations are reflected properly in the financial statements. And the financial statements tell the story of what happened in operations so that you, the business owner, can make the decisions on operations that affect operations that are also going to funnel down into your financial statements. They have a financial impact. Whatever you're making decisions on in your operations of your company are definitely going to show up on your financial statements. So what we want to make sure is that Your financial statements are telling the story that of what you're doing in your business and what decisions you're making in your business, not what the tax return has to say, because you can't make a decision. If you just look at your tax return at the end of every year, it's not going to tell you how your business is operating and where you might have opportunities or problems with your business at all. Your financial statements are, however. So that's where we need to focus. And honestly, the bottom line for this about owning your numbers is being able to take control of your own destiny, right? Don't leave that really important task up to somebody else, right? Don't leave that in somebody else's hands, because once you do that, you have just given away your power. You have given away the ability to impact your numbers because you no longer own them. So do yourself a favor within the realm of financial intelligence, because you're smarter now. You're a smarter owner. Take back and take control of your own destiny by owning your numbers. So right now we're going to take a short 2-minute break, and when we return, we will be talking about understanding your numbers. Be sure to check out my collection of free resources at turboexecs.com/turbocharge. And you can continue the conversation with me, Patty Lawrence, on LinkedIn. You've been listening to Turbocharge Your Business in episode 46, Owning Your Numbers, on IBGR. I'm Patty Lawrence, and we'll be back after a short break.